Hi, I'm Krista. Welcome to the reading. I'm recording this video 2 days after the Lionsgate portal, but before the eclipse on the 12th. But the last couple of weeks, the angels have really been making me feel like there's something about this time that is going to be helpful in manifestation, to manifest the things we need. And I don't mean need in the way of a child writing a wish list to Santa for Christmas, but in a way of what do we need to heal ourselves to move forward? And what is it that we want moving forward? And for example, if you would say something like, I want to manifest more money, the angels are saying, what is it about more money that you think you need? What is the feeling behind more money? Is it freedom, security, stability? What is it for you specifically that you're calling in by asking for XYZ? But when I sat with these cards, I could see this change coming in. This change wants to come in. It's coming in by the hand of your angels. And it's funny that before I even pulled these cards, this reading, the energy was already coming to me. And I felt Metatron, who is an angel that's been coming to me more regularly. And I haven't wanted to bring it up. I just haven't felt comfortable bringing it up. And then sure enough, he pops up in this Chariot card. So I know Metatron is overseeing this reading today. And the message he was sharing with me was actually from an older video I did. And I talked about getting rid of clutter. And I'm hearing them say soul clutter, not clutter around your actual house, but clutter within you. The things that you've been carrying for too long. And in that reading, they showed it to me as boxes in a closet. And in order to make room for something new, stuff had to be cleared out of the closet. And I feel that's what Metatron is saying today, that in order for these things to come in, for this Ten of Cups to come in, this celebration to come in, there is some type of mental decluttering, soul decluttering you would be beneficial in doing this August, particularly before the eclipse or the day of the eclipse, even to have some type of releasing ceremony. Maybe you make a list of everything you want to release and then rip it up or burn it or bury it or like whatever you want to do. But I feel like the act of just writing it down, of just getting it from your brain to paper, is enough to release it in a ceremonial type of way. And funny enough, when Metatron was showing this imagery to me, he was using the cartoon Transformers and showing me the Energon cube and this like translucent box of energy. And Metatron has something called a Metatron cube. And part of me wonders if the people that created Transformers somehow connected Metatron to Megatron and Energon cubes to Metatron's cube. If they got really stoned or something and like wrote the script. I don't know. It's weird. But like that's what Metatron was showing me, this translucent cube of energy. And I feel inside that cube is your story, your wound, the thing from the past that they're saying this can't come with us into the future. Or if it's coming, it needs to be transformed. And I wonder if another reason they're using the Transformers cartoon as a metaphor is because this is something that can be connected to your inner child too. Something that you've been carrying around forever, it feels like. But I really feel like this is something new. There's just something different about this particular eclipse. And looking at this Ten of Cups card with the rainbow here, I feel that's us walking through this heavenly portal. And that's the other thing. Metatron is the bridge from heaven to earth. So how fitting that there's this heavenly bridge like coming down to earth. I almost feel as if we're walking to heaven, as if we're walking this bridge closer to heaven. And maybe Metatron saying as a society, globally, collectively, we are in a uprising phase, an ascension, an awakening. And we're one step closer to bringing heaven to earth. Because I feel that that's what they want us to do. And I always feel that way when I pray the rosary, because when you pray the rosary, you say the Our Father prayer. And I always think about that, the part of the prayer that says, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And I always think about that as God saying, do heavenly things here on earth. Live your life on earth as you would in heaven. Be kind to people. be compassionate, live with an open heart, be joyful, laugh. And I've read a lot about people having near-death experiences, and there's a lot of YouTube channels too that talk about people. They share their near-death experience, and they always talk about when they go to the other side, they experience this unconditional love. All they feel is love. They never talk about being on the other side and having fear or worry or anxiety. It's just God's love. And I feel like that's what Metatron is saying today, that we're going closer to heaven. We're walking closer to heaven spiritually because we're meant to shed these fears, inhibitions that we have that's not allowing us to move forward. The things that are not allowing us to fully express who we are, who we came here to be, because God created you specifically as you are. And God's version of you is meant to be celebrated here. And that's another reason why I picked orange. I felt really called to use the color orange, and I have all these orange crystals because I feel this is something connected to the sacral, to creativity and passion, like your passion for life, your passion for living, and also creation with God. What are you creating with God? I feel the Seven of Wands is here to represent that this change that the angels are bringing to us, it's coming, but it might take some time. And I get that feeling from the storm clouds in the back of this card and the storm clouds here. It's like it's taking some time for that storm to completely move out of our lives. And I feel what the angels want to tell you today is to not give up, to trust that this change is happening. Because you may feel like, I've done all this emotional work, I've done all this healing and letting go, and I am not experiencing any changes in my life. And I feel them saying, just wait. And I don't know about you, but I don't like when the angels tell me just wait, because sometimes it feels like we've been waiting forever. And then I'm reminded that angelic time is not the same as human time. There have been so many examples of that in my life where I'll journal something and the angels will give me a message and I'll write it down. And then 2 years will go by and I'll look at that journal and say, oh, well, that makes sense now. And I don't think it's gonna take 2 years. Actually, I feel spring because of the spring flowers on this card. And also 4 is April, May 1st, because of Beltane. Because in the traditional tarot cards, I believe they're dancing around a maypole in the Four of Wands. But anyway, this is a collective reading, so really, like, the time is just personal to you. But I really felt them saying, like, this is the time to not throw in the towel. And if anything, it might even be a little bit harder, like, to keep going. And they were kind of comparing it to working out, changing your lifestyle, where that first week or two, you're running on excitement. It's something new. And you get that, like, dopamine hit right away because you know you're doing something good for yourself and you keep going. But then it comes to the part where your weight loss has slowed, your muscle growth has slowed, and it gets harder and harder to stay at it, to keep working out because the results aren't so instant anymore because you've been at it for a while. And at that point, you kind of want to just not do it anymore. You start to get a little complacent. And Spirit is saying, this is the time you may find yourself in now. And you may have been doing something for a while and you're kind of like, well, nothing's happening. I'm not seeing any rewards. I'm not seeing any gratification from it. Maybe I should just stop. And there's a motorcycle outside right now, which makes me think of the Chariot. And they're like, no, like we're bringing it in. Keep going. Fight for it. Stand up for yourself. And again, I think that's why they have me have this orange color here, because it's that inner fire, that inner passion is the thing that keeps you going. You are the thing that keeps you going. It's like having the fight within you that makes you great, that makes you stand out. And also, I just realized that I have the cards in a very particular way today, and I don't think I've ever done that. So that's another influence that Metatron seems to be having in this reading, this idea of geometry. Also, I feel like swans may be important to someone. I feel really drawn to the swan here, but also for collectively, it's a sign of your transformation. The transformation that is happening right now. Even though you're not going to notice, but keep at it, keep fighting for it. But I'm gonna end the message here. I just really felt the need to come online and tell you guys this. It feels really important. And congratulations. That's just what I feel like saying. Like, I just feel all these emotions like bubbling up, and gratitude and happiness and joy. And I feel like these are all things that are coming your way. That the angels are making me feel these emotions because in a few months, that's going to be your life. And I feel they're also just really proud of you. And I hear him saying that you don't give yourself enough credit either. So, something they want you to do this week is do something to celebrate yourself. Send gratitude to yourself this week. Okay, well, I'll let you go now. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that we get to spend this time together. And until I see you in the next reading, I'm wishing you a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.